Hey YouTube, this is Matthew Morgan. Just want to throw out a couple things. Number one, Christians are going to be real mad when they get to heaven and they see all the people they were taught in church were not going to be in heaven, will actually be there. From the lesbian to the transsexual to the gay person to the sinner and all. White people too. Christians are going to be mad when they get to heaven. And A, if you're racist, see Jesus is not what you think he was. B, if you're sacrilegious, see that Jesus is not who you thought he was. And if you're judgmental, you're going to be kind of mad to see Jesus ain't nothing like that. He's actually very loving, caring, kind-hearted, and understanding. But like I said, when you get to heaven, you're going to be mad because you're going to see all the people you thought wasn't going to be in heaven are going to be there. Even people of different religions will be up there. Rich and poor. Everyone you thought wasn't going to be, is going to be. Second thing I want to say is, explain to me how the church teaches that we're all God's children. Then the church is his bride. That don't sound right. How'd it go from you're the God's child to his bride? Let me just say something here. The church says that being gay or a lesbian or a tranny is a sin. But you just said you're God's bride. And then you said being a child molester is a sin. Well, just so you understand this, you're saying God's marrying the church, which includes babies, children, men, and women. So you're saying God is gay, bisexual, and I guess a lesbian to some degree. How did you go from his children to his bride? Then you say God's bride is pure without stain or blemish. How? There's not one spirit in the church that's clean. Let me explain something to you. As a Christian, if you have cursed one time, even in your mind, gave someone a dirty look, lusted over a man or woman, gossiped about someone, stolen something out the church, or from someone as a Christian, you're not sanctified, you're not holy, that does not exist. That's stuff I just don't get. There's no such thing as a pure spirit on this planet, because if it was, you wouldn't be down here, because pure don't exist on this planet. Does not exist, never will. Next thing, to you older church women who see these young, vibrant girls coming into the church, and most of them have good relationships, stop trying to ruin their relationships because you're old and used up and worn out, and then you try to trick them into becoming what you are, old and bitter. Then you say, you're married to Jesus. Really? They ask you, do you have a husband? I'm married to Jesus. I gave up men to marry Jesus. First of all, Jesus does not want to marry a sinful human. He loves all of us, but he's not marrying none of us, especially not no human woman. Jesus is a spirit of righteousness. There's no woman on the face of this planet that can marry Jesus, because nobody on this planet is perfect. To marry Jesus, you'd have to have a spirit of perfection, which no woman on this planet has. So what you going to do every time someone asks you who your husband is, you're going to say it's Jesus. Next thing I want to say is stop messing up good relationships just because you don't have one. One girl comes into the church with a nice relationship. You old bitter church women see that. You trick her into making her think her man is bad for her, just so you can steal him from her. Put a Bible and a cross in her hand and tell her to do the work of Jesus while you're doing the devil's work with her husband. Y'all are some fake people. There's some good Christians, but the majority of y'all are really, really fake. Next thing I want to say is, parents, be careful if you decide to discourage your children to want to do good in life. Let me teach y'all something. If you ever ask someone about, say, for example, you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or a judge, an attorney, a chef, school teacher, principal, president, whatever, you have what's called that light that shines bright inside of you. But you go to somebody and you ask them, do they think you can amount to it? They say no. Let me explain something to you. They have what's called a broken spirit, meaning they don't want you to succeed because they're afraid if you succeed, you'll forget about them. They wanted to be a certain thing in life, but they didn't accomplish that, and they're mad, so they want to try to downplay or put you down about your life, so that way you don't become what you want to be. They want to level the playing field. They don't want you to succeed because they didn't. Do whatever is on your heart to do, just in the right way. If you want to be a judge, lawyer, attorney, school teacher, whatever, do it. Be the best one you can be, whether you're black, white, gay, straight, whatever. Christian, Hindu, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, whatever, do it. Because Jesus is putting that on your heart for a reason. You're put down here for a purpose. But there are those people who are going to try to naysay you about it because they didn't make nothing out of their life. So they feel like, why should he or she become something if I didn't? So if they come to me and ask me about their life, I'm going to just tell them don't do it because it's a waste of time. Or I'll just use some racist stuff and make them not want to do it. If you want to be a lawyer, judge, attorney, school teacher, whether they're calling small or big, do it. Because you don't know whose life you could impact in the right way by doing that. Even if you got to fall a couple times before your eyes, do it. Even if you got to go through some trials, do it. Nothing in this life comes easy. But like my boy Steve Harvey said, you know this. Anything with value, God puts deep in the earth. That way you have to work to get it. Nothing comes easy to those who really want it or who are really meant to do it. Everyone has a purpose. Some people live theirs out, some don't. Some people choose to be successful, some just don't. Some people get tired of life and they just give up. But that's because they give up don't mean you got to. That's all I'm saying. And the parents whose children come and ask them about a futuristic goal, don't be that one to sit there and say it's impossible. Don't do it. This is a white man's world. Look, you can do this stuff if you want to get it done. It's just a matter of how you carry yourself. Because am I gonna say this world's not fair? Nope. Am I gonna say this world's not racist? Am I gonna say this world's not ugly? Am I gonna say that it's not possible to get it done? No. It's possible, but you're gonna have to face a lot of ish to get it done. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try. I'm out though. And if you do, just don't give up on it because it's going to get harder as you get closer to getting it done. You don't give up. You keep going and be the best whatever you can be. I'm out. And yeah, there's going to be people that's going to say you can't do it, but hey, the same people in the beginning that tell you can't do it probably might be begging you for a job in the end, or some might just feel salty that you made it and still be hating on you because they're mad you actually made something out of your life because they didn't. But I'm out.